the summer shirts and pulled the blue one from the back. The sleeves fell down across my wrists. I left them there instead. The window stood open by the sink. Nothing on the calendar had changed. Maybe it was only cooler air. Maybe I was ready for a sign. I buttoned one more button than I needed and stepped outside on time. Long sleeves today, and suddenly the morning has a margin. Long sleeves today, like somebody turned over the page. No bell, no promise I have to make, just the feeling I could start from here. The fabric caught against my watch. I noticed every time I moved. By noon the room was warm again. I kept them resting at my wrists, a private kind of uniform for nothing anyone could see. Same calls and cups and things to do, same hour moving through the room. But every time I saw my hands, the day looked slightly new. Long sleeves today, and suddenly the morning has a margin. Long sleeves today, like somebody turned over the page. No bell, no promise I have to make, just the feeling I could start from here. I folded one above my wrist, then laughed and pulled it down again. No one else would call it anything. I didn't need a word. The smallest things can mark a day before the day has settled in. Long sleeves today, and suddenly the morning has a margin. Long sleeves today, like somebody turned over the page. No bell, no promise I have to make, just a first day anyway. Tomorrow may be warm again. I'll leave the blue one by the chair. It might be new or only weather. Either way, I started here. The notebook waited by my cup, too clean to look like mine. The kitchen clock read 8:14. I had nowhere else to be. I used to save the better pen for words that felt important. Tonight I only wrote the date and watched the ink go down. I wrote the date off center. The numbers leaned a little left. I almost turned the page and tried again, then left them where they landed. The page did not become a promise, it only held the ink. Nothing underneath was waiting, nothing there to ruin yet. The old one waited by my bag with 12 blank pages left. A phone number filled one corner, a grocery list stopped halfway. The old one one had its own small mess. This one did not know me yet. The mark looked small against the page, but it belonged to now. I wrote the date off center. The numbers leaned a little left. I almost turned the page and tried again, then left them where they landed. The page did not become a promise, it only held the ink. Nothing underneath was waiting, nothing there to ruin yet. I used to think the first page could tell me where this led. I treated every empty line like something I had said, but the numbers leaned and stayed there. The room stayed just the same. I drew one short line underneath and did not give it a name. I left the notebook by my cup and turned the kitchen light off. The pen lay crooked on the seam, the cover would not close. No plan waited underneath, no heading filled the top. Just the date a little off center, and nothing else to fix. Took forever. The second went too fast. I followed every little step and missed the easy part. The room did not go silent, no buzzer marked the end. I looked at what I'd made so far and started it again. I stopped expecting confidence before I understood the shape. Beginner again, no one is grading this. The simple part gets past me. I laugh and try it twice. I do not need to hide it. I knew it's something, that's all. My hands are still uncertain, they choose a slower way. The pattern keeps escaping, then stays for half a phrase. I used to hate the evidence of getting something wrong. Today the awkward middle is where I wanna stay. I let the pause take longer and do not fill it in. Beginner again, no one is grading this. The simple part gets past me. I laugh and try it twice. I do not need to hide it. I knew it's something, that's all. The thing I thought was easy has corners I can't see. I turn it over slowly, it still won't answer me. For once I don't go quiet or say I knew before. I let the question stay there and try the shape once more. Beginner again, no one is grading this. The simple part gets past me. I laugh and try it twice. I do not need to hide it. I knew it's something, that's all. For once the room feels wider, because I don't know yet. The last try sits beside the rest. Not finished, not erased. Nothing here looks effortless. I like the room this way. I leave one question open and call that enough today. The answer can come later. I am not late for it. The next thing starts at 1:30. The clock says 20 after. Too late to start a larger task, too early to move on. The light stays where it landed, halfway across the floor. I let the small gap stay there without giving it a job. No list beside the minute hand, no box I need to check. The space does not belong to later, it has not left me yet. 10 minutes mine, too small to make a plan, too long to give away. I do not have to use them, I do not have to save them. I leave these minutes unspent. The screen goes dark beside me, I let it stay that way. A thought arrives unfinished, then leaves without a name. The minutes do not gather into a better day. No one will call that progress, I like it all the same. The clock keeps moving plainly, I do not help it through. Nothing becomes urgent just because the numbers move. 10 minutes mine, too small to make a plan, too long to give away. I do not have to use them, I do not have to save them. I leave these minutes unspent. Nobody will ask me where these minutes went. They will not show up later as anything I meant. The half hour keeps approaching without a warning sound. For now the room is open and no one has a claim. 10 minutes mine, too small to make a plan, too long to give away. I do not have to use them, I do not have to save them. I leave these minutes unspent. The next thing starts at half past. The minute hand arrives, the room returns to purpose. The screen comes back to life. Nothing in me is different. Those minutes were still mine. Finished line looks familiar, even after all this time. The thought still bends where I set it down. The blank beside it stays unchanged. I thought returning meant the start. The opening offered nothing new. Nothing in the middle was broken. The unfinished part held its shape. The gap is part of what I made. It does not need repair. The thread stays loose but visible. I know it is still there. I start where I left off. The middle still belongs here. The earlier part can stay. The pause erase nothing. I do not need a cleaner start. I only need the next word. The rhythm comes back slowly. It does not arrive clean. One word leans against the next. There is room between them. The older cadence sounds familiar. I can leave the difference. The pauses change the pressure. It has not changed the thread. I do not need to smooth the seam. I do not need to hide the break. The gap can remain visible. The earlier part still holds its place. I start sentence moves ahead. I start where I left off. The middle still belongs here. The earlier part can stay. The pause erase nothing. I do not need a cleaner start. I only need the next word. The unfinished line looks different. One more word is in place. There is no sudden progress. I keep the earlier pace. The gap remains behind it. The pause stays in the form. The next line starts in lowercase. I continue where I left off. Tuesday used to pass unnoticed somewhere after Monday night. A space between the start of things and getting halfway through. Now 7 sits beside it in a square I used to leave. One ordinary hour has given Tuesday edges. I have not been there once yet. I barely know the room. Still the week has moved around it and made a little room. Tuesdays at 7. Now the whole week is somewhere definite to go. Monday keeps pointing toward it. Wednesday carries the feeling home. One ordinary hour made a shape in all the days that look the same. I keep imagining the weather on the walk there after work. The darker street in late November, the lighter one in spring. I wonder who arrives too early, who always takes the back. I have already planned 12 Tuesdays from one line on the calendar. The time is only penciled in, the room is still unknown. But every other evening has started taking shape around it. Tuesdays at 7, now the whole week is somewhere definite to go. Monday keeps pointing toward it. Wednesday carries the feeling home. One ordinary hour made a shape in all the days that look the same. I may decide I need a notebook. I may learn a longer route. I may start protecting Tuesday from things that come up late. I might become the kind of person who says the same time next week. I have not crossed the doorway. Still, I like the shape it makes. Tuesdays at 7, now the whole week is somewhere definite to go. Monday keeps pointing toward it. Wednesday carries the feeling home. One ordinary hour made a shape in all the days that look the same. Monday night feels slightly shorter. My bag is by the chair. Nothing has transformed around me. Tuesday is still there, but 7 has a place now. And the place belongs to me. One square no longer empty. In the middle of the week. I meant to choose one evening, 1 hour in the middle, something small enough to carry without calling it a change. Then I saw the weeks in rows, running straight toward December, and every empty square looked ready for a version I could make. For the rest of the year, I could become consistent. Keep one promise every Tuesday and see what follows after. I know one plan is not a system, still I like it from here. By Wednesday I had found a rhythm. By Thursday I had named it mine. Friday had a longer walk. Sunday had a reading hour. Mornings belonged to the window, evenings belonged to the stairs. I had somehow filled November before September had begun. For the rest of the year I could become consistent. Keep one promise every Tuesday and see what follows after. I know one plan is not a system, still I like it from here. A list for colder mornings, a route for rainy days, a shelf cleared by October, a habit that will stay. 3 books before the winter, 4 calls I ought to make, a coat repaired by first frost, a plan to make more plans. December does not know me, and Tuesday has not come. The squares are only squares again. When I look up from the page, I cross out half the arrows, but leave a few in place. It is nice to see a future, even badly overplanned. For the rest of the year I could become consistent. Keep one promise every Tuesday and see what follows after. I know one plan is not a system, still I like it from here. The calendar stays open with more ambition than I need. Tuesday 7 remains circled, the rest can wait and see. Maybe none of it will happen in the order written here, but one small hour keeps pointing through the rest of the year. Wednesday apparently still arrived on schedule. I thought I missed the start of everything. The alarm had stopped before I heard it. The room was brighter than it should be. My sleeve caught the edge of coffee. The cup went over without drama. One note I meant to send at 9 stayed buried underneath the rest. The clock looked almost satisfied with how far it got without me. By 10 I had a full collection of evidence against the day. Wednesday apparently still arrived on schedule. I thought I missed the start of everything, but morning kept on moving. One bad hour did not erase the line I drew yesterday. The week was not offended, it simply turned the page. I had called this week a beginning and given every hour a role. Tuesday looked so well constructed from the safety of last night. Now one plan had slipped completely and another started late. I watched one empty checkbox grow much larger than it was. I was ready to declare the whole arrangement ruined before lunch. Then sunlight crossed the counter, the coffee dried along the seam. The message waited where I left it, still possible and still unseen. Outside someone crossed the street as if nothing had occurred. Nothing asked me to begin again, nothing closed the week. Wednesday had no grand opinion on the morning I could not keep. Wednesday apparently never needed my permission. I thought I missed the start of everything, but nothing had restarted. One bad hour did not erase the line I drew yesterday. The week was not offended, it simply turned the page. By evening, the cup was upright, the stain had faded at the edge. The plan I missed was still one plan, not proof of what came next. Tomorrow has no opinion about the way today began. The calendar moved one square and left the rest intact. The list was on the counter, with yesterday beneath the date. Books and calls and colder mornings, each written like a rule. The coat was due before first frost, the shelf was due before rain. Every line looked reasonable until I read them all at once. I crossed out every other line and waited for regret. The ink went dark a moment, then the page became less loud. Half the list can go, the day still has a shape. I keep what leads somewhere and cross out what can wait. A crowded page moves nothing. Now I see the next line. Tuesday 7 kept its circle. One call stayed beside my name. Books went back to being books without numbers at the end. The coat could wait for winter and gave the shelf another month. The page no longer promised a more efficient version of me. The crossed out word stayed visible but stopped asking to be done. What remained looked less impressive and much easier to trust. Half the list can go, the day still has a shape. I keep what leads somewhere and cross out what can wait. A crowded page moves nothing. Now I see the next line. I do not need an empty page or one more careful system. I do not need a ritual for choosing what to lose. I only need enough thought to know where I should start. A shorter list can still be mine without becoming small. Half the list can go, the week still has a shape. I keep what leads somewhere and cross out what can wait. A crowded page moves nothing. Now I see the next line. The list rests on the counter with more ink than before. 3 small things remain uncrossed, and none of them says when. Tomorrow may rearrange them or leave them where they are. Half the page holds choices I no longer have to make. I meant to take the shorter way and go directly home. The evening had no empty boxes that I needed to complete. A shop was open on the corner with its doorway folded back. I slowed down beside the window, then stepped in without a reason. Nothing there was necessary. That was why I stayed. I was only looking, I had nothing left to find. The evening did not ask for this, the doorway did not mind. I could leave with empty empty hands and still have changed the route. The shelves were full of objects that belonged to other rooms. Cups too bright for my kitchen, frames too careful for my walls. Then one small dish in faded blue sat lower than the rest. Its edge was slightly uneven, its color changed beneath the light. I pictured no new life, I only picked it up. The paper folded around it, the tape went once across. The person at the counter asked if it was for someone. I said no before I wondered if that answer sounded strange. The bag was lighter than expected, but it gave my hand a place. Outside the street looked ordinary. The bus passed where it always did. Nothing waited on the corner to explain the choice I made. The blue dish moved inside the paper. With every other step I had crossed out half my evening, then added something without words. It was not another promise, it was only coming home. The dishes on the table, beside the keys and folded list. It does not make the room complete or prove the day was mine. It only holds the lighter moment where the evening settles in. I was only looking, I had nothing left to find. The evening did not ask for this, and neither did I. I came home with one blue circle and somewhere new to set it down. The first page looks lived in, coffee drying at the edge. One sentence crossed and written twice, a note squeezed by the date. The cup was balanced by my elbow, the notebook open underneath. I reached across to move the charger and felt the table shift. The coffee touched the bottom corner, then traveled through 2 lines. The date stayed where I wrote it, with a brown mark at its side. I held the page up for a moment, as if the stain might leave, then set it flat beside the cup and finished what I meant. The page had lost its clean beginning before the week was through, but nothing written there had vanished. The stain had joined it to the first page. Looks lived in, coffee drying at the edge. One sentence crossed and written twice, a note squeezed by the date. It does not look like starting over or something kept untouched. The page no longer waits for living, it has already begun. By afternoon the ink had gathered in 3 directions. At the top, a meeting time moved to the margin. An arrow turned it back. 2 hurried words ran downward where the paper stayed dry. A line I thought I needed disappeared beneath the pen. The corner bent inside my bag. The cover would not close. The notebook looked less certain and much easier to use. The first page looks lived in, coffee drying at the edge. One sentence crossed and written twice, a note squeezed by the date. It does not look like starting over or something kept untouched. The page no longer waits for living, it has already begun. pages lived in, coffee settled at the edge, one sentence crossed and written twice, a note squeezed by the date. I do not need a clean beginning or anything untouched. The page no longer waits for living, it has already begun. Begun. I woke before the alarm and knew what time it was. The room was quiet and half dark, but the kitchen clock had not begun to ring. I did not check it twice or measure what remained. My feet found the cool floor, my hand found the curtain. The window opened halfway, the morning entered quietly. Nothing felt decided, nothing needed to. I woke without thinking, no speech before the start, no promise written in large letters, no line to cross out later. The morning simply opened, and I was already there. The file was where I left it, one sentence waiting near the top. I read the final paragraph and started from the next. No cleaner page appeared, no better hour arrived. The cursor kept its place, an old thought returned in pieces. I moved one word beside another, then followed where they led. By the time I noticed, the work was underway. I started without thinking, no speech before the start, no promise written in large letters, no line to cross out later. The morning simply opened, and I was already there. The bag beside the doorway already held the usual things, a notebook with a coffee mark, a pen along the seam. Tuesday needed no reminder, the route required no plan. My keys went in the side pocket, my sleeve went through the coat. I did not name the habit or count how long it stayed. The door closed at my shoulder. The ordinary week continued out with me. I moved without thinking, no speech before the start, no promise written in large letters, no line to cross out later. The morning simply opened, and I was already there. The alarm will ring tomorrow, the file will keep its place, the bag will wait beside the door with Tuesday in its shade. Nothing has to call this progress for it to carry on. The notebook stayed beside the cup where morning left it open. Coffee reached the lower corner and dried around the date. Tuesday sat inside a circle, Wednesday carried one dark line. Half a list remained beside them, with the rest crossed through. None of it looked ceremonial, nothing waited to be framed. I turned the page because the page was there, and saw there was another. I did not see it start, the week had already changed its shape. One thing had followed another before I thought to count. Nothing opened with a signal, I only noticed from this side it was a first day anyway. I wrote tomorrow's date a little nearer to the center. The numbers landed quietly above the empty lines. I almost added a heading, then left the space alone. The pen lay crooked on the seam, the cover settled over it. My long sleeves crossed the chair back, ready for the cooler morning. The bag stood by the doorway, already carrying to Tuesday. I did not see it start. The room had already changed its rhythm. One thing had followed another without becoming proof. Nothing opened with a signal. I only noticed from this side it was a first day anyway. I used to wait for dates that looked important from a distance, the first of something, a Monday with a clean edge. But this began between them while other days were happening. The mark was only visible after I had passed it. There was no door behind me, only more room ahead. The notebook is closed now, tomorrow's date inside it. The coffee mark remains one page behind. The room is dark except for light underneath the door. The sleeves will still be on the chair when morning reaches them. Nothing needs to call this new. Nothing needs to call it done. I switch the kitchen light off and leave the next page there.